Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're here again. Yes, I'm here again. Turns out I've got a few more things to say. So we're going to be going over some more of the principles just to summarize and get them all in your mind as to what to do, and actually some new stuff. So we're going to be talking about special events today. We're going to be talking about your core principles and your core values. So let's get started. So we have been talking about building your business and how to grow it once you get started. And today it's about developing your core principles and values in an indirect way that you can do anytime in your business. And then we have talked about mindset and building your brand. And we are going to be positioning ourselves as an educator, doing a weekly workshop, building a product snowball, developing a strategic marketing framework, creating a content factory, building a massive network, becoming a media mogul, getting into production mode, building a learning center, creating an online community, raise and build an affiliate army, and put systems in place. Now let me just go and I will tell you where most of the recordings are, because this is a free training. So let's just go and you can sign up at http://jgtips.com/byb free and get into the email list, which will give you the registration link to go and look at the trainings at your leisure in a membership. So you can also go to our Facebook group at facebook.com groups/implement club. There'll be more implementations as we go along here once we finish Build Your Business, but for now, today we're going to be talking about developing your core principles, or developing your promote your ideas about business. And so let's get started on talking about that. So what we're doing today is we're going to talk about a way that you can promote your core ideas, and also, of course, get more people into your audience who are interested in your ideas and maybe want to follow along and get involved. And for example, I am doing my core principles are authenticity, consistency, and visibility. And so I could do something very similar to what I'm doing now by coming out onto the internet and being visible. Being on YouTube, by the way, if you need to see these on your leisure, they're all on my YouTube channel at Jane Gardner. But anyway, let's go and have a look at the idea of creating a video diary. So this is going to be something that's unique to you, and of course it'll be unique to your audience. But every 2 or 3 years you'll need to give back to your tribe and community by doing a special event. This will be one of the few times when you will not do a weekly workshop, because no one can do more than one workshop, and because this one is going to be a daily video diary. The reason is you'll be doing a daily explanation of how your core principles work in real life. So however you do it, you will demonstrate them on screen, how you see them working in your life and your business. This will also be a time where you will have to do a how-to for your customers and prospects. Now, this is quite different from our weekly workshop in that the weekly workshop is a training. It's 20 minutes. It might be a how-to, but it might be about principles of a certain subject or topic. But this one is going to be about your core principles. So what's the format of the diary? Well, the length of the diary in terms of day is up to you. You could have a 7-day challenge, you could do a 14-day challenge, or a 30-day challenge. just so that you are aware that it would have to be every day, and so you would have to take some time out of your day to do the challenge. And of course you would have to prepare for the challenge before you start, know where you're going and what's the goal of it, etc. So it would take a bit of work. So this isn't something that you do every week. This is something that you do maybe every year or every 2 years. Some actually can do a 90-day challenge to great effect. What is important that you are building on a daily basis with a new challenge. Now, if you're out on the internet, you've probably heard of the 100-day productivity challenge or the 100-day challenge to a new business. Basically, they're saying the concept being that in 100 days you can develop enough by doing what they say to do and to get the result that they want. The training needs to be short so that you will be able to do it on a daily basis. So 10 or 15 minutes. Obviously you're going to have to prepare it beforehand, otherwise you'll be working too much during the time of the challenge. For the first time anyway, it would take some work, and of course you could repeat it every 2 or 3 years because you already have the trainings. But it needs to be short so that people can consume it and they can also get a result from the training that you're doing. And you'll preferably do it by video, but whatever medium facilitates you better, keeping the challenge and doing it on a daily basis. These days video is usually the easiest thing for most people to follow along, and then they can go back and rewind. But if you have a text challenge, I mean, that's fine too, but it's not going to be a reason for someone to come and see you and get to know you unless you have it as a video challenge, because they can read a text anytime. If you have a roadmap, you could turn it into a physical diary in Kindle directly by creating a journal with worksheet pages. So you can do a video diary with videos. You can convert it into text documents. You can convert it into the concept of a roadmap, which is probably something that I will do with this Build Your Business, more of a vortex than a roadmap. Turn it into a physical diary in Kindle Direct by creating a journal with worksheets. Well, this of course will attract more people to you because they will find it on Amazon or wherever you get Kindle, and they will read it and find it of interest and come back and check you out. Once you've created it, of course, you have to do it the first time. So what's the goals of the diary? Well, one of the main goals is to deepen your footprint on your core principles. And so what I mean by that is that if you do a challenge, as I mentioned, say on visibility, then that challenge you'll be doing daily. It will obviously, the people, whoever comes to see it in your audience, they'll of course learn from it. But also in terms of your search engines and in terms of the web and the internet, your posts can be out there and they can develop a footprint for you on your core principles so that you get to be known as someone who have this core principles. So you're doing more to embed them into your search engines because you're doing them on video and you're sending out social media posts obviously to get people in. So this is going to have more results in the into your search engines if someone were to get a how do I become more visible, for example, then you may come up and they will come and check you out. It just helps to get you more visible. Of course, you're also looking to build and grow your list, so at all times you need to have a autoresponder set up, which has an email list that is, well, it could be also just from your regular subscribers. Well, they probably wouldn't want to, well, they might want to come and do it every year, I don't know. But you have it, and so someone can get on your list and get notified of the next challenge day, the next day, if they happen to come across it, or if someone shared it with them. So you're looking to attract people to your core ideas by talking about them daily. So at all times, the goal of your video challenge, a diary, etc., is to get a new audience. So you're looking to attract people who believe in the same things you do, and that they believe in, maybe they want to become visible, or that's safe for me and authentic, etc., and consistent. Then you're looking at having something that attracts people to you. And of course, you want people to subscribe and connect to you in multiple places where you do business. So while you're doing the video diary, whether it's this 7 or 14 day or 30-day challenge, obviously you start before the challenge, sending out promotional material, social media posts, get out into your community, talk to your lists about the challenge coming up. And then during the challenge, of course, you can also promote it with, and maybe get someone in who comes in on the 5th day of a 14-day challenge, and then they'll be interested in what you did previously. So at all times you have somewhere they can access where they can go back and look at the previous trainings. So that's kind of what I'm doing with this Build Your Business training. It's a bit too long, I think, to be a challenge, but it certainly doesn't fit the same concept. But basically, if you were to come in today on to my challenge, because you happen to come across it on Facebook, you could sign up and go and look at all the previous trainings and get value from them. So you want to always be noting that you have to promote, maybe get some affiliates to promote it. Lastly, you're looking to build momentum with your content creation. So of course you want to create something from this 14-day challenge, and possibly that 14-day challenge you can sell later to others who can do it anytime, because really it is a day-to-day challenge. And if you have a 10-minute video and then you have a worksheet, then that would be something that they can continue to do regardless of whether you're not it's live and everyone else is doing it. They could always buy it and do it themselves. But we'll also talk about some other things they can do with it. So you'll have an asset that is free to point people to in order to know what you're about. So this is this Build Your Business is, I would say, is not that, in that it is about growing your business, but it's not about visibility, etc. So it's about the freeness of it is about what I do. But anyway, so you could have an asset that's free that people could go and join and do anytime if they buy it, or if they join as a member they get it free and they can do it, etc. So it's basically going to be an asset for your business. It'll be a unique asset. It's not something you do every day or every week. The other suggestion, by the way, would be a summit where you share some of your ideas and get some other experts to share the same ideas about what you're talking about in terms of your core values. So you could do that once a year and get other. I think we've discussed that. We may not have. So we'll maybe discuss that later when we're talking about building a massive network. So it continues. You should be rotating as many offers as you can into your series of emails, obviously. You want to make sure that it won't interrupt your regular product snowball. So this will be a special offer for your challenge, or special offers. You want to, every time you do a live session or recorded, you want to make a different offer. So you want to have this very interactive, in that people will have the incentive to come every day because there'll be something different that they can learn, and different that they could buy, and different that they can participate in. And one way to do that is to make so that the offer expires at the end of the day, so that people will take advantage of the new one the next day. So this is something that will keep people coming back in terms of if these offers are really good. They may want to come back just to see what the offer is and whether or not they're interested in it. And this is one way to get exposure to everything that you have to offer, because you can recycle some of your offers into this special event. But basically you want to be able to make sure that at all times there's an offer available for them to maybe get. And once they get it, of course, that means they sign up into your audience and into your subscriber list. Excuse me. So, of course, that means you have to develop an email series. So yes, so that your email series will be critical to this challenge. And of course you should prepare it beforehand because it's going to be really important. Because everyone that joins your list at this time should be part of a special email series. This means they should be encouraged to attend all of your sessions because of course you're going to have different things at each session. So of course this will require some advanced planning as well as one URL to use on a daily business for you to swipe out. So you will have of course a different link for each day because each day has a different offer and each day is a different idea or concept you're training on. So you want to make sure it's not always the same URL. Autoresponders can be set so they are day specific. So if someone joins on the Wednesday, that doesn't mean that they'll get any of Tuesday or Monday's work. So you want to make sure that you have a repository where you can put all a membership, obviously, where you can put all your trainings that they can, if they're interested and want to see the other trainings, can go and see them. But of course, if each day has a different offer, then those offers you mentioned in those trainings will have expired. So this is just something that this keeps people coming back every day and finding out what the offer is. And you want to have automated messages, but that message should send something to something specific you're doing on the day of the message. So you're doing something specific, you're making a specific offer that expires at midnight. You're going to have this all set up beforehand. So this is why this is a once a year type of event. But it may be something that your regular audience looks forward to because you're doing something specific. So for example, you could do a 7-day challenge to learn how to use StreamYard, which is one of the broadcasting software. And then next year you could do a 7-day challenge to learn how to do XSplit, which is another broadcaster software. This is what I'm interested in. Of course, it's not what you're, but this could be something specific for each challenge, and of course, is specific offers for the challenge. And that means your autoresponder in your case shouldn't be based fully on the sign up date and time. So because this is very day specific and it's a special event, it only happens once, then each day there's a specific topic, there's a specific offer that expires, which gets people to come back every day, and then there's an offer at the end. But so you have to have your autoresponder be very specific to a date, especially a date, and it will send out a certain email on that date only, for example. And of course, it would send out another email the same date later saying that this offer is expiring, for example. And then you have the, you have your sales page have the offer expire, etc. So it requires a bit of work. But this is a good way to get a hot topic, and then use your core values to make it something of interest to people on what to do and get a result, and it doesn't going to take long, say 7 to 14 days, then this is something that people might be interested in participating in learning a new skill. So what do you do to wrap up the series, and what's the call to action for this series? Because there's always a goal for these special events. So the email series should be driving towards something that you're offering at the end, of course, and make some kind of special offer, even if it's just, well, we won't say just, even it's for the recordings only, which of course have a value because they have a training in each of them. But you have a goal is to place the recordings in a password protected area to give to people that are willing to pay for them. Now you can always do that, and you can give people also a license if you wish to use the content in their business or their circle. So this is an interesting concept for those of you who haven't thought about it before. But if you do, like say, a 7-day training on how to use Facebook Live, and you feel you're happy with it and it has value, and it, you know, you're not too much in the trainings, or you are in the trainings and you have a link to sign up and come back to your learning center, whichever. If you give people the possibility of getting a license to take that away with them and put it in their community, well, of course their community might be interested and watch it and find out you're an interesting trainer, and maybe they'll come back and see you and sign up for your weekly workshop or your learning center, etc. So when you think of your assets, whatever training you do, don't think that they're always yours, that you know, they're gold, that they're not going to have value other than people who come to see you. Think of them as an asset that you can sell. And if you think of it that way, before you even start designing it, you can make sure that certain things happen during the trainings that you want to happen. For example, mentioning your website, or mentioning your weekly workshop, or mentioning, obviously mentioning your values, but also maybe at the end of each training, you wind up with a call to action on coming in and to your learning center, for example, or checking it out. Then you're going to have an asset that may get you an audience that you were maybe not even thinking of, because someone else is taking your trainings, your 7-day challenge. They're putting it up on their website in their learning center, and because it's of such value that they want to use it. And of course, either you can talk about private label rights and master resale rights, etc. But there's another opportunity there that you could sell it. You could sell you could get access for them to the recordings if they're interested. You could also upsell people into your coaching and or your high ticket program. You will have spelled out what you're about and your core values, so they'll know something about you. You'll of course go over during your 7-day challenge, because these are all new people, maybe that you're doing a weekly workshop and you have a learning center, etc. And you have a coaching program, even if it's just on an end card of the training, because you want to just make people aware that there is an opportunity for them to work with you. There should be people now wanting to work with you based on what they've been hearing, based on what they've learned about you, and your teaching style, or your and that they actually learned something in 7 days. And of course, reminder to always make sure to turn the diary into a Kindle paperback book by turning it into a text document, making it into a Kindle format, and putting it up on Amazon, and making sure that you have calls to action inside your book, and information about what you do and your weekly workshop, etc. so that when someone comes across your Kindle book and buys it and starts reading it, they see that there's an opportunity for them to come back and participate and get more into what you do. No, throughout the series, you should be subtly teasing that they'll be able to execute what you're talking about if they get the offer you're going to make. So I think some of you already been on a 7-day challenge, etc. And you know that at the end, the person is going to be giving you an offer to come into some other program, because they're not doing this for free just to be doing it for free. And to be honest, I don't have anything yet, so you don't have to worry about me. But yeah, so all the time you should be sort of subtly mentioning that you do have an offer, and this offer should be something that is beyond what they're learning in this 7-day challenge. So in conclusion, you probably haven't thought about promoting your core ideas and principles and values in a special event like this, but you could. But of course, you're already, as we've discussed before, you've already been promoting your core ideas and values in all your marketing, in all your packaging, in all your offers, in everything, and to make the brand of who you are. So if you do a video diary of how your core ideas work in your business, so if you do a 7 or 14 or 30-day challenge for them to say become more visible, to become more consistent in their I don't know, social media and their whatever, depends on what you specialize in, then you're teaching them something that would be worth of value to them to participate. And this would probably attract a new audience, and you could send it out to your affiliates and they would maybe send more audience to you. And well, it's a free challenge, so you'd probably have to have some kind of incentive for the affiliates. But you would have a call to action to join the list, or maybe get the challenge product that I mentioned that was bundled, or as I mentioned, the license to resell it, or even to come into your learning center or other coaching, etc. But one of the main goals of the diary is to deepen your footprint on your core principles. If someone talks about you, they should be able to say what your core principles are, and so that's a good idea to keep talking on that. Of course, you're also looking to build and grow your lists, and you're looking to attract people to your core ideas by talking about them daily, whether it's in social media or your weekly workshop or your offers or your posts. You want people to subscribe and connect to you in multiple places where you do business. So by doing a 7-day challenge, for example, on Facebook, and sending out posts about it beforehand, and then during, and then after, this will get out into the search engines and people will get to know who you are. And lastly, you're looking to build momentum with your content creation, because just by doing something like this, you've created another asset in your business. And this asset could actually run once a year. You could do a 7-day challenge to create visibility in your business and get new people in to your business by promoting it every year. Or you could do a 3-day summit with talking to other experts besides yourself and getting who are obviously in the same type of thing as you, in the same type of values as you. So for summing up, so there's always something that you can do to promote your core values. So that's what we looked at today. You could do a special event. We'll do a summing up for mindset next week, which is a whole nother subject, and certainly something that you could have as a business mindset. And your brand, that's another business. And we'll sum up the value of positioning yourself as an educator, doing the weekly workshop, building product snowball, strategic marketing, etc., etc., creating a content factory, building a massive network, etc., etc. So we'll be summing up on all these. Then we will probably, I will probably develop trainings for each that I put in and make a paid program. I'll just have to think about how I do that. See, I could actually do a 7-day challenge for, what do we got here? Building your entrepreneurial mindset, or building your core values. What are they? What do you want? Etc. I could do a 7-day on that. I could do a 7-day on mindset and brand. Even a 7-day on how to position yourself as an educator. So maybe I will. I don't know. These are things I've been thinking about, but I'm actually going to be doing some shows, doing some weekly workshops, and they will have structure to them such that they're a show and attract people into my community. So if you want to come in for the free trainings, I've mentioned before, http://jgtips.com/BYB free, or the Facebook group. I have a group there, Implement Club, where you can hang out and listen to the trainings. And then, of course, I have my YouTube channel at Jane Gardner. And, of course, I don't have that anywhere here. But, hey, I do have this, Jane Gardner of Implement Club. So just do @Jane Gardner, and that'll get you to my YouTube channel. I have a Build Your Business in 52 playlist. I'm not sure that's the name of it, but it's easy enough for you to find. I have quite a few trainings there, so if you're interested in finding out how to do a training, you can certainly see that it's very simple and it's easy to do. Thank you for listening, and next time is mindset. I'm going to summarize mindset in 20 minutes. I don't know. That's pretty hard.